natural, really good fun.
It was an amazing experience.
It's nothing like you think it's going to be when you just hear about it.
The Mark drama is a dramatic presentation of Mark's Gospel. It's every incident in the whole of Mark's Gospel performed as theatre in the round in about 90 minutes. As you see, the chairs are set up for the Mark drama now. The chairs are in circles and there are 3 aisles so that the actors can easily get in and out of the centre circle. The action happens not only in the middle, but also in the aisles and also behind the audience. And the whole of the Mark drama happens without microphones, without props, without costumes, and without a narrator. And it's very fast-moving, as Mark's Gospel is itself. And the extraordinary thing is that during a performance, the audience will hear almost all the words that Jesus is recorded as saying in Mark's Gospel. So it's a very powerful experience, both for Christians and for those who are considering the Christian faith.
You just think, yeah, I'm there, I'm part of it, this is really happening.
It was amazing to get to know Jesus more. You know, if you want to be more like someone, you sort of learn about them, you spend time with them and that sort of thing. So this is a great way to kind of get to know Jesus a bit more, and that's what I took away from it.
You might be wondering how this is all possible. Well, it's possible because the team who are going to act out the Mark drama have learnt the order of all the events in the whole of the Gospel. They can do that with the help of this book, The Mark Experiment. And this book shows them how they can learn the order of the events in any 6th of Mark's Gospel in 10 minutes. Although they obviously then have to work hard to retain that so they don't forget. And just an example of how easy it is to learn, if you look at section 2 of the 6 sections, as in every section, there's a short block A and a short block C. But there's also a block B in the middle with 8 incidents, and they have a logic to them. And in section 2, as you can see, there are 4 parables, followed by 4 miracles. The 4 parables are about the power of the Word of God, and the 4 miracles are about the power of Jesus. And if the team know the order of all the events, then when they come to the first rehearsal, they're ready to go.
When I played a Pharisee, that was really, really important to learn that because of different points when you have to come in and you just basically have to interrupt different scenes and shout a question or an accusation or something like that. So learning it was really important for that.
As quite a new Christian, I hadn't ever read the Book of Mark anyway, so it was all just quite a new, fresh experience. But for me, having heard quotations from it and seeing it all acted out was just amazing because I didn't realise how close together it all happened. It was only over 3 years and it would have just been a continuous flow of action, whereas often I think in church you kind of hear a quotation here and there and you can't really work out where it fits in the whole greater scheme of Jesus' ministry. So it was really helpful for me in that way.
The acting team of the Mark drama consists of 15 people, 8 men and 7 women. They don't have to have acting experience at all, but they have to be willing. And often a church or a Christian union will think, well, we don't have enough people to make a team. So the best way to do this is to invite a trained Mark drama director to come and do an information evening for you. And after that information evening, you see if you've got your 8 men and your 7 women. And in this team of 15 people, one of the men plays Jesus. 2 of those people will play Pharisees, 1 man and 1 woman. 4 of those people will play disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. And the other 8 will play different small roles from Mark's Gospel. So they're all involved, all working as a team together to present Mark's Gospel so that the audience will experience the power and the wonder of Jesus.
Come on, we're going to Jerusalem.
Jerusalem? Why are we going there? It's taking ages to get there as well.
Listen to me. The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of the chief priests and the teachers of the law. They will condemn him. and hand him over to the Gentiles, who will mock him, spit on him, beat him, and finally kill him. But 3 days later, he will rise again.
Guys, can you just step back a bit? We just want to Jesus and learn what's why. Just seriously, step back.
We just want to talk to him for a bit. No, just give us a moment.
Jesus, we have a request.
What would you ask him?
Well, Jesus, we were thinking in heaven, James can take the spot on the right-hand side, and I can stand on the left. We think it's a really good look.
You don't know what you're asking. Can you be baptized with the baptism that I will be baptized with?
Yes, Jesus, yes.
Will you be able to drink from the cup from which I will drink?
Yes?
Absolutely, yes.
I tell you the truth. You will be baptized with the baptism I will be baptized with. You will drink from the cup from which I will drink. But to sit at my right and my left, that is not for me to decide. Those places are there for those who have been allocated by my Father.
What's this all meaning? We're not talking about you. Time for us. You're excluded. Time for us. No, we would call it ages.
Be quiet! Be quiet! Listen to me. Sit down. You've seen how the rulers of the Gentiles and those who have authority over them, they lord it over them. They rub it into them. It's not to be like that with you. Those of you who want to become great, you must become low. You must become the servant. And whoever of you wants to be the greatest, you must become the slave of all. You see, even the Son of Man did not come to be served. He came to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Come on, we're going to Jerusalem.
Acting in it was really good because it's theatre in the round, and you don't have set lines to learn. You can just ad-lib it as long as you know what is meant to be happening in that event. It's very, very natural, and you're always bouncing off other people, so there's no pressure, like if you're going to muck up your lines, because you just never do, because there's always somebody else about.
So that was completely different to how I'd ever acted before. And it was very freeing because in a way you had more time to focus on who your character was rather than just remembering the lines you had to say. So it kind of flowed more naturally, I think, once you were in your character, thinking, I'm in this situation, what would I actually do?
And I think because the teams are always a bit different, they just bring something unique to it. So it's never the same.
I just think it's a really good opportunity to get the gospel out. People often say that it's a way of getting people to see and hear the gospel that wouldn't normally come to a talk or an evangelistic talk or something like that, and that's definitely the case.
You know, you had the actors going around, you could sense the fear in the boat as they're acting out the storm at sea. You know, you could sense just the anger in the crowd as they're crying out, "Crucify him." All these things were just, you really sensed them like you were there.
How stupid the disciples are, basically, and pretty much just sums up us, a lot of us as humans, and just how stupid and faithless we are. Yet Jesus has chosen us to be his disciples, and that is quite striking.
To be stood there as Jesus and thinking, that's my best friend who's just denied me, and I'm here but knowing I'm about to take that punishment sort of thing. And I think that Peter, that's me kind of thing, that really hit me, that I do that so often, and he still loves me for it.
If you look at our website, you'll see that the Mark Drama is already happening in a number of different countries around Europe where Christian unions and churches are deciding to use this tool for themselves. The book, The Mark Experiment, is also available in a number of different languages, in 5 different languages so far, and it's at the moment being translated into a few others. If you'd like to know more about how your church or Christian union could start doing Mark Drama, then please contact us through the website.
Being in the Mark Drama, something that really caused me to worship Jesus, because as you do it, you find out more about who Jesus is, and you're like, wow, he really did that, and it caused me to worship Jesus more and more.
Actually acting out the gospel suddenly makes you realise just how much Jesus has done for you and how much he's completely changed my life.